Alaska FFA, for the final time, the convention hall will come to order. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
For the final time, Mr. Ag and I will call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
For the final time, stationed by the door.
Your duty's there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
For the final time, the reporter is stationed by the door.
USA! USA! USA!
Why by the flag?
Yeah, well, you guys know what I meant. As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
For the final time, stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duty's there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among our members and strive to build up financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
For the final time, stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duty's there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep the plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight. Holy cow. Of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, for the final time, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 245 members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA membership possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the fifth and final general session of the 50th Alaska FFA State Convention, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matter which may properly come presented. We are absolutely thrilled to have you all here for the fifth general session of the 50th Alaska FFA State Convention. I'd like to introduce someone who has an obsession with her steer, Delta Larry Banks, and another person who loves a good meme. Please welcome to the stage my co-chairs, the 25-26 Alaska FFA State Reporter, Faith Stewart, and the 25-26 State Sentinel, Jacob Berge. The 2010s had some fantastic music, and that really had me thinking about my entire childhood. I was obsessed with silly bands, rainbow loom bracelets, and of course, my Galaxy pants. What about you, Faith?
Oh, absolutely. The 2010s were elite. Vine quotes, slime, and thinking that posting a blurry sunset photo with a cheap caption made you a photographer. I was deep in my slime era, glue everywhere, contact solution shortages, and fully convinced I had invented a brand new texture. It was just glitter. Wow, what do you have there, Jacob?
This is a fidget spinner. This is one of the most popular toys everyone aspired to have back in the day. If you had one of these, you were the star of the school. They got so popular, schools tried to ban them, but that didn't stop us from spinning.
Throughout this final session, we have some exciting things going on, starting with recognizing our sponsors and honorary state FFA degree recipients, finding out our winners from both CDE and LDE competitions, and hearing a special keynote speaker.
Following, we will introduce our talent awards, take a moment to recognize our parents and advisors, thank our incredible VSOs and dedicated volunteers, and then hear the retiring address of your 2025-2026 State Secretary, Morgan Carlson Kelly.
Then, we will hear from our winning talent again, and the nominating committee will be recognized and give their report on the 2026-2027 State Officer Team. We will watch our retiring officer tribute video, wrap up with our convention in review, and finally install our 2026-2027 State Officer Team. During the last 10 years, many amazing businesses and individuals have actively supported Alaska FFA. We wouldn't be who we are today without their support. Let's introduce our sponsors who have continued to support our organization.
Our general donors are individuals who donate up to $200.
Our one-star donors. The donors in this category donate $200 and above.
Our next tier is our two-star donors, who donate $500 and above. 3-star donors. Donors in the 3-star category donate $1,000 and above.
Our 4-star donors. These donors have donated $2,500 or above.
At the top of our tier list are our 5-star donors. These donors donate $5,000 and above.
Over the past 10 years, Alaska FFA has grown by 5-fold in size, and without our sponsors, this would not have been possible. Thank you to our sponsors for growing Alaska FFA. I'm honored to introduce your state president and secretary to the stage for our honorary state degree ceremony.
It is always an honor to recognize our valued FFA alumni and supporters with the honorary FFA degree. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Madam Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for the honorary state FFA degree.
Honorary state FFA degree. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agriculture education, business people and others who are helping to advance agriculture education and the FFA and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by a majority vote of the members present at any regular meeting or convention.
Madam Secretary, will you introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Madam President, members, and guests, I am pleased to read the following names. Shelby Carlson is the Assistant City Manager of the City Whittier and an active advocate for youth through her role on Chugach School Board. She's always ready to do the next best thing for young people and Alaska's future workforce. Shelby never shies away from a challenge and is always willing to lend a listening ear and gives some of the best advice out there. She continually strives to advocate for career and technical student organizations. Shelby could not be here today, but we are grateful for her support to Alaska FFA. Thank you, Ms. Shelby Carlson. Samantha Blumenkonig. Samantha works for the 4-H Extension Agent and has been a great advocate for agriculture education as a whole, helping build a bridge between 4-H and FFA in the local area. She has always been a great resource to local FFA chapters as they participate in the Alaska State Fair livestock auction and show. Thank you, Ms. Samantha Blumenkonig. Dawn Burbrick. Dawn was the agriculture teacher and FFA advisor for Palmer FFA for many years, and also served as the Alaska FFA state advisor. He still actively engages in agriculture education within his local community, is a member of the Farm Bureau and Northland Pioneer Grange, volunteers at the Alaska FFA State Convention for the Ag Mechanics competition, and is a constant advocate for agriculture education. He has been an asset to the Palmer FFA chapter and the Alaska FFA Association as a whole. Thank you, Mr. Don Burbrick. Caitlin Peterson. Caitlin has worked hard as a partner and supporter of Alaska FFA. Through her support during the holiday fruit sale fundraiser, from adapting orders to double-checking fruit prices and helping ship extra supplies along with the fruit orders. Her care and support of FFA chapters have helped make Sale for Success chapters all over the state. Thank you, Ms. Caitlin Peterson. Lori Restad. Lori is a member of the Northland Pioneer Grange and has been instrumental in supporting Alaska FFA. She has assisted with convention writing by writing tests for the agriculture mechanics competition, coordinated planting at Palmar Post Office for both flowers and potatoes, and later helped to organize the harvest and donation of those same potatoes. She serves as an example of dedication to the future of agriculture in Alaska. Thank you, Ms. Lori Luff. Brad Swartz. As a member of the Northland Pioneer Grange, Brad has supported Alaska FFA in many ways over the years, from helping to recruit judges for agriculture mechanics to judging events himself, and sharing the Grange scholarship opportunities with schools across the valley. Brad's dedication to youth development has made a difference in the lives of many. Thank you, Mr. Brad Swartz. Katie Matthews. Katie has been an FFA advisor in Ninilchik, Alaska, for the past 12 years. Katie has always been a supporter of our volunteers and state staff. Never afraid to lend a helping hand, she is passionate about providing youth with opportunities and pushing them to achieve these through hard work and perseverance. Thank you, Ms. Katie Matthews. Congratulations. Cadence Warner. 2026 is Cade's third year volunteering as the state nominating committee coordinator. He spends his time and energy before and during convention ensuring that committee members and state officer candidates feel prepared, seen, and supported throughout the state officer selection process. Thank you, Mr. Cadence Warner.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic handclasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Congratulations on this honor.
Your contributions as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I thank you for your service to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your names to our roll of honorary FFA degree recipients.
As vice president, I thank you for all that you provide to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor, because without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as honorary state FFA degree recipients. May this recognition prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for your counsel and guidance. It is because of you, the great respect we have for you, that you have been elected to an honorary state FFA degree. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you an honorary state FFA degree and an adult membership for the Alaska FFA Association, and present you with this as a recognition of this extreme honor.
In no particular order, please welcome the following teams to the stage: Bartlett Team 1, Bartlett Team 2, and Diamond. In 2010, Instagram launched. Square photos, heavy filters, and hashtags on everything. Suddenly, everyone had a voice. And while the world was posting sunsets and suspiciously perfect selfies, agriculture was posting something else: the truth. Farmers became advocates, and youth began defending our industry online. Just as Instagram gave everyone a voice, today's agricultural leaders must use their voices to advocate for agriculture. That is exactly what the Agricultural Issues Forum represents. Agricultural Issues Forum is a team event where members research and present current agricultural issues to a public audience. Teams analyze local, state, national, or global topics, create professional presentations using technology and visuals, and defend their ideas through questioning. The event develops advocacy skills, critical thinking, and professional communication, preparing students to become informed leaders in agriculture. We would like to sincerely thank our judges and volunteers for sharing their time, expertise, and support. Your commitment to these members and to agricultural education truly makes this event possible. Our bronze team is the Diamond FFA chapter. Our silver team is Bartlett Team 2. And our gold winning team is the Bartlett FFA Team 1. Congratulations to our agricultural issues competitors.
In no particular order, please welcome the following to the stage: Josephine Lilly, Aaron McClemens, and Honor Draft. Long, long ago, there was an app where users only had 7 seconds to record and post messages to the masses. We know this beloved relic as Vines, an app that resulted in the creation of short-form content we know today. As social media continues to become a platform information spreads on, many are tasked with finding what's true from this sea of information. Extemporaneous speakers must navigate through these internet pages to create their own Vine. Extemporaneous speakers are given a prompt that they must make into a speech. They are given 30 minutes to research the prompt and formulate a speech that lasts 4 to 6 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of questions. We would like to sincerely thank our judges and volunteers for sharing their time, expertise, support, and commitment to these members' abilities to quickly learn and present topics that truly make this event possible. Our bronze winner is Josephine Lilly from the Bartlett FFA chapter. Our silver winner is Aaron McClemens from the Delta Junction FFA chapter. Our gold winner is Honor Draft from the Diamond FFA chapter. Congratulations to our extemporaneous speaking competitors.
In no particular order, please welcome the following individuals to the stage: Faith Morales Hicks, Kaden I, and Isabella Pratt. The Prepared Public Speaking event has students prepare a 6 to 8 minute speech relating to an agriculture topic. They are judged on a written manuscript, presentation, and 5 minutes of questions. Thank you to the volunteers who took the time to make this event a success. Our bronze winner is Faith Morales-Hicks from the Delta Junction FFA chapter. Our silver winner is Caden I from the Delta Junction FFA chapter. Our gold winner is Isabella Pratt from the Palmer FFA chapter. Congratulations to all of our Leadership Development Event competitors. I remember when I was growing up, my siblings and I played a lot of Minecraft, constantly building new creations. Meanwhile, all my friends were playing and talking about Fortnite and playing Battle Royals. My brother even had a shirt that said just one more level printed from top to bottom. And the more I think about it, the more I realize growth works the same way. We don't just wake up onto the next level, we have to get experience and take on challenges to build our skills. And little by little, we level up in leadership, in confidence, and in life. Tonight, we have the honor from hearing from someone who has done exactly that. An author, speaker, and entrepreneur from the great state of Wyoming, he has dedicated his life to helping others grow and level up. Alaska FFA, please join me in welcoming tonight's keynote speaker, Mr. Dallin Cooper.
We're going to try it. Oh, there we go. Good evening, Alaska FFA. I'm so excited to be here. You're making me feel a little bit old with all the 2010 references, because that's when I was your age. But, you know, it happens. Instead, I'm going to share some experiences from that time to help me feel young again. We do interesting things when we're young. The average kid asks their parents for a pet 1,584 times before they turn 18. If we average that out, it's 105 times a year or 9 times every month from the time they turn 3. It's like twice a week. And I was no different, but I wasn't begging my parents for a kitten or a puppy or even a turtle. No. What I wanted more than anything in the world was alpacas. Oh, I wanted alpacas so bad. I wrote research papers on the virtues of alpacas. They're hypoallergenic. They make some of the softest clothing in the world. They communicate exclusively by humming gently. They mourn their dead. And they use communal dung piles, which means technically they can be house trained. But I wasn't asking for alpacas in a townhouse. We already had a big ranch with hundreds of sheep. I didn't feel like adding a couple alpacas would be that big of a deal. And finally, after years of begging, they caved. Now, they didn't let me go buy adorable pedigreed baby alpacas, but they did let me trade 25 bales of hay for 2 wildly disturbed and somewhat traumatized rescue alpacas. Which is the most Wyoming sentence I've ever said. I named them Allen and Hamilton, and we set to work helping them overcome their issues. For a statement on how old I am, that was before the musical Hamilton existed. So I was really hipster about the name Hamilton back then. And they did have issues. They had experienced neglect and abuse, and they handled it in different ways. Hamilton mostly hid from the world. He'd go to the corner of the shed, put his head down. No humming from Hamilton. I almost never heard a sound from him. Allen, on the other hand, was a freak. He would go running up and down the fences, screaming at the sheep, eyes bulging out of his head, making a sound like, which is not what alpacas are supposed to sound like. But we worked on it. The goal was to get them ready to go to the alpaca show at the Wyoming State Fair. If you have never seen an alpaca show, they are crazy. The premise of an alpaca show is to make alpacas do a bunch of things they hate, to show how tolerant and obedient and well-trained they are. So it is basically an obstacle course built out of alpaca nightmares. You have to go over a bridge or walk on a tarp, because tarps are blue. They look like water, but then they crinkle. They hate that. This looks like water. It's not water. And so we set up some obstacles like that at our house. We worked on it. We trained. And finally, the day of the show came. All the other alpacas were so perfectly groomed and sheared and dignified. And we looked like we had rolled out of a dark alley after a rough night. I think I've got a picture of us. Behold our majesty! Woo! That was my alpaca shearing clothes. I did dress nicer than that for the show, but I mean, it's not like we were doing great. And I got Hamilton out. Alan was having a nervous breakdown, so we had Hamilton go first. We walked up to the first obstacle. You may be familiar. It's often called a cowboy curtain. I like to call it the dangly doorway. It's just an archway of stuff hanging down from it. It blows in the wind. It jangles. Alpacas hate that. And I was walking up towards it, Hamilton on his lead rope, and as I got close, he dug his feet in, pulled his head back. And I was like, come on, we've practiced this. And he did this special thing that alpacas and only them and their family can do. He tucked his legs up underneath his body cavity and laid on the ground to become a fuzzy worm. And they're so hard to move when they do that, so I start tugging on him. He won't move. And then I'm comforting him. I'm like, hey, it's okay. You can do it. Look. And I showed him it's safe. I'm like, I'll go through the doorway, and I'll come back. See, I'm still alive. And then, like, everyone's watching. The announcer is trying to comfort us by being like, this poor alpaca had been rescued, just so you know. He was trying to make us sound better. And I leaned down, and I said, please, Hamilton, come on. Just trust me. And I don't speak alpaca. But there's a way, it seems, that animals can sometimes communicate in a way without words. I don't know if you've ever had a pet or an animal that seems like they're just speaking directly to your heart. And in this moment, Hamilton looked at me right in the eyes, and he gave a little hum that I swear said, no. I don't trust you. And it kind of hurt my feelings. I'd just been hurt by an alpaca, and I realized the alpaca show wasn't about making them afraid. It was about showing how much they trust you. I thought about that a lot. That's the question we're going to discuss today. The only question that matters today is, who do you trust? Can you trust me? Can you? I appreciate that. Can you trust your friends, your advisors? Do you trust yourself? We're going to find out some. There's a pattern to trust. I first saw this pattern when I was in high school. I had a friend, I don't know why, his parents were so suspicious of teenagers. And so they made all these rules and restrictions to try and control his behavior. And of course, he didn't like that. So he'd push at the line, see how much he could get away with. And if he set even one toe over that line, they were so quick to punish him. Tighten the rules, make more restrictions, and that made him more resentful and more frustrated, so he would act out more, and then they would punish him more, and then he'd act out more, and down they spiraled. Until you had a kid convinced his parents were trying to ruin his life, and parents convinced that their teenager was no good, just absolute trouble. I hope that you have seen the opposite of this pattern. Instead of spiraling down the drain, you're going up. Maybe you gave your parents a chance to trust you. You said, hey, I want to stay out way later than I would usually be allowed to. And they say, all right, just keep us updated and be home by whatever time. And then you keep them updated and you're home at exactly the right time. And then the next time you want an exception to bend the normal rules, they're like, okay, we'll give you another shot. And then you prove worthy of that trust. And then they trust you more, and they keep giving you more freedom, more flexibility, more responsibility, and up you go. And I like that visualization of just a spiral. As you go down, it gets tighter. Think like a tornado shape. You get constricted. All the rules that were put on my friend But as you go up higher, things open up, you get more freedom. And that freedom thing is so real because I guarantee there are students in your school that if someone sees them in the hallway during class, they get yelled at to go back to class. And then there are some students who could unicycle into the teacher's lounge playing a trombone, and all the teachers would be like, such a good student. They must have a good reason. We should let them trombone in peace. Because somewhere along the way, that student earned all the teachers' trust, and now they can get away with anything. These principles of trust affect every relationship we have. They determine the quality of our relationships with our friends, our parents, our teachers. Shoot, these same principles dictate your relationship with your dog. We're going to explore trust today, but to do it, I'm going to need several volunteers, and I need to know what I'm working with. So, my go-to volunteers, like the people already raising hands, the ones who are like, I want to volunteer, I will participate, and I will look like an idiot to do it. Give me a show of hands. I have to crouch down. Oh, thank you, house lights. I appreciate you. Okay. No, I'm just getting an idea right now, so I also need to see the opposite of that. Who are the people that are like, if you ask me to participate, I will shrivel in a ball and die. It's a very enthusiastic shrivel and die person. Okay, now where are my in-between people? The people who are like, I don't want to, but if I really, really needed to, I would. Depends on the activity. Well, that's where the trust comes in. Okay, you in the back, very far corner. Yes, you, come on up here. I gotta tell you, it's really hard to see you, so I want to just jump down, but I have been warned that if I touch this wood, I will be kicked out of Alaska. And it's so tempting. I'm like, I'll just jump. I shouldn't do that. I'm supposed to be a good influence. So, what's your name? Ramona? Yeah. Thank you for coming up here. Are you a little bit nervous that I might embarrass you or something? Yeah, I can hear the slightly heavy breathing. Okay, Ramona, so this is a $5 bill, yes? Okay, I am going to give this to you, and you can go have a seat. Thanks for coming up here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Everyone give her a big round of applause. All right, now who wants to volunteer? Who's a little bit more willing, a little bit less scared? Yeah, I'm not calling on you now. But something magic just happened. We just built trust. That wasn't as bad as it seemed, was it, Ramona? Started out scary, ended up good. And this is how trust works. Now, there have been massive books and endless hours of podcasts and videos and everything written about trust, what it means to trust someone, how to be trustworthy. But if we boil it down to the basics, there is one major ingredient to trust, and that is vulnerability. Oh, come on. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. Vulnerability, if you put yourself in a position where you're vulnerable, where someone else can hurt you, embarrass you, lie to you, betray you, whatever the example is, and then they don't, you can trust them a little bit more. Ramona came up here in a position where she was vulnerable. I could have embarrassed her, I could have teased her, I could have done whatever. But instead, I rewarded her. And now she probably trusts me a little bit more. And this happens incrementally. You don't just give a stranger your bank account, but we give people little bits of trust, little bits when we are vulnerable with them, when they're vulnerable with us, and slowly, slowly, we develop a little bit more trust. But being vulnerable is hard because it can go like it just did, where we open ourselves up to being hurt and then it goes well. But we can also put ourselves in a position where we get hurt and then people hurt us. They do lie, they betray, they take advantage in whatever way. And in that instance, it destroys the trust just as quickly. Sometimes it can happen at the same time. It's worth it either way. When you make yourself vulnerable, There's only two outcomes. Either you find out that you can trust someone to that level, or you find out that you can't. And both are helpful in living a happier, more successful life. Like, that's useful information to know. It's weird when it happens both at the same time. And you're probably thinking, how can I trust and untrust someone at the same time? I experienced it when I was about your age. I was 16 years old. It was the end of my sophomore year of high school. And this was the classic, stereotypical, vulnerable experience. Because for 2 years, I had a crush on a girl who was just my best friend. We were in all the same activities and teams. We did everything together. And I really felt like I had dropped all the hints that I was interested, and she just wasn't getting it. I know you're thinking, poor naive idiot. But we're all there sometime. I thought, I just got to go for it. And I remember exactly where we were sitting. We were talking about the future, laughing, joking, just being good friends. And I geared up and I said, hey, would you ever want to go on a date? Like a real date? And she said, no. Just like that, my heart shattered. I was devastated. I'd been terrified to tell her how I felt because I thought it'd make things so awkward. It would destroy our friendship. But it didn't. She didn't make it weird. I didn't make it weird. We kept being friends. Honestly, I could probably text her now. And it's been a long time. Like, we're still friends. Guys, you have to understand how time zones work. It is so late where she is. It's like midnight. I'm not texting this girl 10 years later because some teenagers tell me to at midnight. Dear goodness. Like, I am happy to show you. I'll post a photo later of me saying like, hey, Jaden, how are you? Because we chat sometimes. But I'm not disrupting her at midnight. As fun as it is. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't know what time it is. Guys, I came here from upstate New York yesterday, and I was in Iowa before that. I have no clue what time it is. My body is so confused. I'm going to Arkansas tomorrow. I have been in every time zone in the United States except Hawaii. So give me a little bit of mercy on not knowing exactly what time it is. You guys are serious hecklers. Have I mentioned that? It's probably because I keep validating you I respond. I should just ignore you, but you're just fun to talk to. But you're going to make me go way over time if I keep talking to you. The point is, she didn't make it weird. I didn't make it weird. We kept being friends. And I learned a lot because, one, I learned that I could trust her a lot more as a friend. One, because she would tell me the truth even when it was hard. And two, she wasn't going to tease me for it, hold it over my head, make it a big deal. And those are both attributes I want in a friend. But I also learned that I couldn't trust her with my heart. And that was also useful because it let me move on. And the next school year, find someone who I could trust with my heart, and we had a wonderful relationship. So the payoff is great, but being hurt hurts. Yeah, I'm a professional. I'm eloquent, dang it. And there are so many ways that we can be hurt. If you think of a stereotypical trust fall, you can fall, you can whack your head if the person doesn't catch you. You trust someone to do their part on a group project and they don't do it, it tanks your grade. All of these things are bad. We could come up with endless ways that other people can hurt us. But there are only two options. And that is be vulnerable with other people and accept that sometimes that means we will get hurt. Or never trust anyone ever. I was getting a haircut last week before I came here, and I mentioned we were talking about trust, and she literally just said, like, oh, I was taught not to do that. And I was like, that seems like a very sad way to live. And she was like, it really has been. And I was like, shoot, haircut lady. Because I do not remember her name. I was not planning on telling you about her. It's not a happy way to live. In fact, C.S. Lewis has a really great quote about it. He said, to love anything is to be vulnerable. Love anything in your heart will surely be wrung and possibly broken. If you want to be sure of keeping it intact, you must give your heart to no one, not even to an animal. Wrap it carefully round with little hobbies and luxuries. Keep it safe in the casket or coffin of your own selfishness. But in that casket, safe, dark, motionless, airless, it will change. It will not be broken. It will become unbreakable, impenetrable, irredeemable. And that doesn't sound great. But that means that we have to be vulnerable, and to be vulnerable, to let ourselves have the possibility of being hurt is scary. And how do we overcome things that are scary? But by having some courage. It's been a big theme this week. I know the state officers have talked about it, not just this year, but in previous years, about how important it is to have courage. There are a lot of definitions of courage. My favorite one is the John Wayne one. Courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. I like this one because I spent most of my life being scared to death and not saddling up because of it. See, when I was 3 years old, my sister was riding a horse, and a dog jumped out and spooked the horse. It bucked her off and took off running. And I was 3, so I panicked and I started running. And me and the horse. And at 3 years old, I got trampled into the dirt. Spoiler alert, I didn't die. It's pretty cool. I know, you never saw that coming. I got a concussion and a lot of bruises. My ribs were not in good shape, but I was okay in the grand scheme of things. And about a year later, I was riding a horse, and it bucked me off, and I broke my arm. And I wasn't real big on saddling up after that. Me and horses, we didn't really need much to do with each other. I would occasionally ride a really old, slow, gentle horse at a walk, but I didn't do it much. And then I met my wife, and she was an endurance racer, meaning that she would do 25 or 50-mile races on horseback. She loves horses, and I love her, which meant that I needed to get some courage, saddle back up, and learn to trust again. But this is a lot more layered than the example we had with Ramona earlier. Because I'm not just trusting one person. I have to trust myself that I'm not going to freak out. I have to trust my wife that the horse she's putting me on is actually gentle. And I have to trust the horse itself, and it doesn't even speak English. But I knew the steps. There's the steps. Courage helps us be vulnerable. Vulnerability leads to trust. Simple steps. Tried to have the courage. I got back on the horse. It could have hurt me, but it didn't. And I started to learn to trust horses a little bit again. And I'm so glad I did. It's opened up opportunities to experience the world with my wife in a way that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. That's one of the reasons courage is so important, because fear can become a cage that we lock ourselves in. I'm still cautious around horses, which is reasonable because horses are dangerous. I'm also cautious when I drive. I drive safely so that I don't crash and hurt myself or someone else, but I also know people who let that fear stop them from ever learning to drive at all. Fear isn't a bad thing. It helps keep us safe, but when it gets out of control like that, it stops being safety and it becomes a cage. So we have to practice courage. It has to become a habit, something that we do over and over until it's second nature. Does anyone know what the most common fear in the United States is? Did you say ice? Heights. Oh, that makes so much more sense. So, public speaking is the research answer. A few people yelled it out. Most of the research I've been able to find, people rate public speaking as the highest fear. So, here we are, doing it. How many of you are a little bit afraid of public speaking? I have to really lean out to see you. Yeah, like most people. What are some other common fears? Spiders? Heights? Worms. Okay, wait, I want to... Whoa, I can't hear you all at once. There's 250 of you. Heaven forbid I round. Okay, so someone said heights. Who's afraid of heights? Okay, we've got, hey, thank you, house lights. We got heights. I also heard, did someone say like water, drowning? I feel like I heard that one in there. Who's got that? Fair enough. Did someone, chickens? I don't know if that's cracking the top of the list. Roosters, on the other hand, are terrifying. Now, we also heard spiders. Who's afraid of spiders? Yeah, spiders are pretty common. The spiders are murderous. Most of them are, in fact, not murderous. Now, we heard a really weird one here. Our dear visiting state officer yelled worms. And this is something I've heard about. Who's afraid of worms? Okay, hey, you are not alone. There are a few. Come on up here. We're going to talk about worms. Did you say girls? Oh, boy, are we going to talk about that in a second. I just told you a story about being afraid of girls. How'd I meet my wife? I talked to girls. All right. So this is Jasmine. She is our visiting state officer from South Carolina. North Carolina, dang it! I'm the worst. So we were talking, I went through North Carolina on the way to South Carolina. She's from North Carolina. Sorry, Jasmine. That was my fault. So Jasmine, why are you afraid of worms?
Well, if you want the long story, my older brother would throw them at me when I was little. And he would always tell me that he would put them in my bed at night and they would like, bleh. So I don't know, I've never liked worms. I don't go near them. I love to fish, but I put gloves on to put them on the hook.
So is this like just night crawlers or like any worm thing? Like anything wormy?
It looks like a worm. It's like
moves like a worm, yeah. So most fears are grounded in that real protection instinct. If you think about all the things we said, spiders, they can bite you and they are venomous, not poisonous, venomous. Heights, you can fall, you can get hurt. Water, you can drown. There's a lot of things in there that actually hurt you. Worms, not particularly fatal, but I can see there was a real fear there. We do need to practice the courage, though. Right? Courage is what we need to develop trust. So I need you to stay there. Just real quick. So I want to introduce you to my friend Balthazar. So this is, Jasmine, this is Balthazar. He is a corn snake. He's very cute. Now, Jasmine, Balthazar cannot hurt you. I am so sure. Not only is Balthazar absolutely a delight, but if he bit you, you would not feel it because his mouth isn't strong enough. It would be like, it would feel like kind of if I poked you because his teeth aren't strong enough to even do anything to your skin. They can't break skin. He's not capable of it. Now, but we're seeing some of the layers of trust. Oh, hey, Balthazar. We're seeing some of the layers of trust here because you have to trust me when I tell you that Balthazar can't hurt you. And you have to trust Balthazar not to do anything crazy. He did try to crawl up my sleeve earlier. But, more importantly, me and Balthazar need to trust. Hey, Balthazar, hey, you're okay. You're okay, bud, you're okay. Shh. Balthazar likes the drama. We have to trust you because you could absolutely hurt Balthazar. Right? You can hurt him much more than he can hurt you. You can tell, I did not stage this. Jasmine is very nervous, as you can tell. This is real courage in the face of a deep fear. So, I want you... Can I trust you with my friend Balthazar? Just hold your hands out gentle. Give her some quiet encouragement so we don't freak out Balthazar. Look at everyone give Jasmine a big round of applause. Oh, Jasmine, I am so proud of you. How do you feel?
I don't know.
You don't know. Is Balthazar hurting you?
No, he is not.
Is he kind of cute?
No.
One step at a time, one step at a time. Look how he's calmed down. He likes you. He was not wiggling all. Your hands are probably warmer than mine. He's not going crazy anymore. He's chilling. Are you ready for Balthazar to leave? Come here, bud. Come here. Come here, Balthazar. Everyone give Jasmine a big round of applause. You did so well. You can go have your seat back. She did so well. I don't know how old he is. He's not very big. He will eventually be between 4 and 6 feet long. He's just baby Balthazar right now. It's interesting, I've noticed they're a less common fear in Alaska because you don't get bitten by snakes up here. Not a lot of snakes happening in Alaska. Now, Jasmine, how do you feel? Was it an adrenaline rush? Yeah. Was it as bad as you were afraid of? No. That's the feeling of putting yourself out there and learning to trust. Now, Jasmine isn't totally chill with snakes yet, I'd guess. But she has taken one step towards a little bit more trust with them. And that's why it has to be a habit. Can you imagine doing something that scared you that bad? Something that scared you so much that you shook and maybe teared up a little and panicked in front of a bunch of people. Imagine doing that every week. Imagine doing it every day. There are plenty of opportunities. Because at least if we follow the statistics, most of you would much rather hang out with Balthazar than come up here and give a speech. Or ask your crush out on a date. Or call someone and ask for a job. Or apologize to someone that you really hurt. A few people say they're sorry right away. I don't want to hang out with Balthazar. I'll apologize right now, dang it. Huh? Are we okay? Okay, I'm not going to mess with that because I don't want to get kicked out of Alaska. One of the most common themes I hear as I work with young people across the country. I don't only work with people your age, but I do a lot. And I actually, when I was in New York, it was at a college. And the most common theme I hear is one of regret. People in their 20s talking about how they wish they had done things differently. How they feel like they don't have the connections or the skills that they wish they had. How there were all these opportunities and experiences and relationships that they missed. How they would go back and do things differently, put themselves out there more, but they didn't because they were afraid. And almost every time, you know what they were afraid of? No, it wasn't heights and it wasn't spiders. It certainly wasn't Balthazar. Look at him. No, it was you. It was people. Now, Balthazar's getting crazy, so I'm going to take him back to his home. He's also getting a little chilly. He needs to go back to his heating pad. Thank you, Balthazar. Yeah, give it up for Balthazar. Yeah, it was you. We talked about that public speaking is the number one fear in the United States. Why? There's nothing dangerous about it. It's not going to stab you or poison you. You aren't going to fall or drown. There's nothing fatal. But there's a reason that exile and banishment were such terrible punishments in the olden days. And it's because not only would you have to go out and face the dangerous cold world, but you would have to do it alone. And there is nothing that people fear more than being rejected and alone. That's why in schools, even the loners hang out with other loners. We need a group. And despite the fact that we have these magic glowing rectangles in our pockets that theoretically connect us all the time, we have never been more alone. And I'm sick of it. Thanks. I want trust back. I want meaningful relationships with the people I trust. I don't want 5 people I can trust. I want 5,000 people I can trust. And the only way to get there is to practice. To open yourself up to people, to vulnerability, to the chance that you might get hurt. And it's hard. And it's scary. But most of the time it'll pay off. That most is the scary part, though. Because we remember the negative way more than we remember the positive. If I get feedback on a speech and 100 people give me feedback and 99 say, wow, you were awesome, and one person says, I hate you, guess who I go home remembering? The one person who hated it. That's why public speaking is also vulnerable, is because you aren't just being vulnerable to one person. Anytime you're in front of a group, whether it's 5 people at a lunch table or 5,000 people on a stage, you're being vulnerable to all of them all at once, and it takes one person to ruin that trust for everyone. They can destroy it for everyone by making you feel small or meaningless or stupid, by making fun of you in any way. This is also why your advisors are so strict on how you behave when you're wearing official dress, because if you do something a mix of stupid and dumb, if you do something stupid when you're wearing OD, people don't see you and think, oh, that kid's stupid. They say, oh, FFA kids are stupid. And your behavior ruins it for the entire group. And this is important because to cap this off, I want to help us experience something that I hope will be really cool. A group experience where we can trust each other. But for it to work, I have to be able to trust all of you. Because if one of you ruins it, you ruin it for everyone. Everybody has to be on board. I'm going to need some verbal yes and no's for a few points. So, Alaska FFA, can I trust you? Okay, then leave. If the answer is no, I do not want you here. You can come back if the answer is yes, but I'm not kidding. If I cannot trust you, and everyone here, I need you to be gone. Because I'm going to ask someone to come up here and do one of the most vulnerable things I can think of in a setting like this, at least according to the research. Maddie, you know who you are. You can come on up. T. Wayne, help me out. Now, Maddie doesn't know what I'm going to ask her to do. All she knows is that I asked if there is anyone who has stage fright who would be willing to be afraid. And she said yes, shaking a little as she did. She doesn't know. Are you already regretting your life? Yeah, that's okay. You don't know what I'm going to ask you to do, right? Well, you're about to. And when I ask you this, she's going to know, and I hope she doesn't run. Because the rest of you, do not yell all at once. I need you to raise your hands. I need you to name a few well-known, school-appropriate dance moves. Wait, I've heard from you before. Yeah. Do you know the Charleston? I don't know the Charleston. Okay, whip and nay-nay we know. Yeah, we got that. That's just gonna be one. Maddie, it's gonna be okay. You don't have all the details yet. It's gonna be better. Is it spelled like a horse's neigh? Or is it neigh like no, N-A-Y? I don't know. I'm old. You. Oh, yeah. Shopping cart's good. We'll go through it. It'll be okay. You just pretend you're pushing a shopping cart and you grab stuff off it. It's really nice. Okay, we need some from the back. I can't, you. I don't know, one of you. Okay, we have to be like able to do it. I'm iffy on my worm. I don't know it. These need to be well-known people. Sprinkler. Yeah, now we're talking. You know Sprinkler, yeah? It's okay. It'll be worth it. I promise. Just okay, did you hear what I'm saying? Just trust me. Just trust me. You, Maddie's friends. No, that's too long. That one doesn't work. It has to be short. Macarena, we could maybe do like a little brief round. That might also be too long. That's so hard. Do you know how to gritty? Okay. Okay. I've tried to gritty before. Because those of you who are in the workshop know I talk about grit, and so everyone's always like, gritty for us, and I'm like, ah. Okay, yeah, you that everyone's pointing at. Is that like where you're, oh, okay, sure, yeah. Yeah, we can scuba. All right, so we've got 5 dance moves here. And what we are going to do, Maddie, you are going to dance these moves to, fittingly, Sarah Bareilles' Brave. Just very briefly, it's about 30 seconds, 6 seconds per dance move, or about 10 beats. Now, you can already see by the repetitive motion and the phrase, I don't want to do this, that Maddie is regretting her life decisions. Here's where it gets cool, Maddie. So are you hating your life a little?
Yeah.
And you're regretting saying yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're nervous. Is the reason you are nervous because you're afraid that everyone's going to think that you look stupid and they're going to remember and make fun of you for the rest of time?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alaska FFA, what I did when I asked Maddie to do this is she said, what do I have to do? And I said, I'll tell you later, just can you trust me? And she said, yes, but here's what I've just done. I've extended that trust to all of you. So I need the verbal response here. Are you going to make fun of Maddie and say that she looks stupid? No! Instead, are you going to give her all the encouragement and praise after this for being so awesome and so brave and putting herself in the wildly vulnerable position? Yeah! Alaska FFA, can I trust you with my dear friend Maddie? Now, Maddie, you aren't going to have to do this alone. I'm going to do the dances with you. So you aren't totally alone. Immediately, that makes it better, because guess what we fear? Being rejected and alone. And just one other weird dude from Wyoming helps. So the last question, Alaska FFA, I've asked if I can trust you. Can she trust you? Well, then let's hit it!
I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say.
Take a seat, Maddie. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, do you feel it? It's one thing for me to tell you why it matters. It's something else for you to feel it. Do you feel how powerful we can be when we trust each other? When we can be open and honest and embarrassingly vulnerable with each other because we know we have each other's backs. Hold each other to it. Not just today with all the FFA talent, with the retiring addresses, with everyone doing their competitions. When someone tells you that something is scaring them, that they have a crush, that they're feeling sad, it doesn't matter when they are vulnerable. Hold each other to this feeling. For the rest of the month, for the rest of this year, for the rest of your lives, Alaska FFA, I want to see you be brave. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper, for teaching us how to trust and for coming all the way to Alaska to do that. Here is a token of appreciation from Alaska FFA. Give it up for Mr. Dallin Cooper. Yeah.
In no particular order, please welcome the following individuals to the stage: Brooklyn Dalkey Eddy, Cambria Palmer, and Cameron Wiggers. There was a time when sustainability became a trend. Reusable bags, metal straws, suddenly everyone was an environmental expert. But in agriculture, especially here in Alaska, stewardship has never been a trend. It's a responsibility. Long before hashtags and headlines, producers were conserving soil, protecting water, and managing wildlife because they understood that if we take care of the land, it takes care of us. And that responsibility is exactly what environmental and natural resources encompasses. Our bronze winner is Cambria Palmer from the Mat-Su Career Tech FFA chapter. Our silver winner is Cameron Wiggers from the Mat-Su Career Tech FFA chapter. And our gold winner is Brooklyn Dalkey Eddy from the North Pole FFA chapter. In no particular order, please welcome the following teams to the stage: North Pole 1, North Pole 2, and Mat-Su Career Tech. Environmental and natural resources challenges members to apply scientific knowledge of conservation, ecosystems, and resource management to real-world agricultural issues. This event develops technical skill, environmental literacy, and a deep understanding of stewardship, preparing students to manage the resources our industry depends on. We would like to sincerely thank our judges and volunteers for your time and dedication in making this event possible. Our bronze team is the North Pole FFA chapter, Team 2. Our silver team is the Mat-Su Career Tech FFA chapter. And our gold-winning team is North Pole Team 1. Congratulations to our environmental and natural resource competitors.
In no particular order, please welcome the following individuals to the stage: Sophie Lang, Riley Lemons, and Sophie Van Kuren. Modern agriculture has become a computer-heavy industry that has improved the production of all things grown. From 2010 to 2013, precision agriculture was used through 45 to 55% of all agricultural acreage. This tool for farmers resulted in straighter rows of crops that snowballed in production, which led to more food and greater prosperity for farmers. Farm and agribusiness management competitors make decisions similar to this and compete in a similar manner, which farmers do every day. Our bronze winner is Riley Lemons from the Ninilchik FFA chapter. Our silver winner is Sophie Van Kuren from the Ninilchik FFA chapter. Our gold winner is Phoebe Lang from the Ninilchik FFA chapter. In no particular order, please welcome the following teams to the stage: Betty Davis East, Midnight Sun, and Ninilchik. Farm and agribusiness management competitors are tested on their abilities to keep financial records a farmer makes, manage farm business decisions that expand their operation, analyze how profitable their farms are, and make decisions to make overall improvements to their farm's performance. We would like to sincerely thank our judges and volunteers for your time and dedication in making this event possible. For members... Our bronze team is the Betty Davis East FFA chapter. Our silver team is the Midnight Sun FFA chapter. Our gold winning team is the Ninilchik FFA chapter. Congratulations to our farm and agribusiness management competitors.
In no particular order, please welcome the following individuals to the stage: Isabella Pratt, Audrey Zicafuz, and Isla Carell Collado. The veterinary science competition consists of different practicums relating to the veterinary field. Students compete in both written and practical exams, a team presentation, and identification of veterinary equipment. Our bronze winner is Isabella Pratt from the Palmer FFA chapter. Our silver winner is Isla Carell Collado from the Matsu Career Tech FFA chapter. Our gold winner is Audrey Zicafuz from the Matsu Career Tech FFA chapter. In no particular order, please welcome the following teams to the stage: Palmer Team 1, Matsu Career Tech Team 1, and Matsu Career Tech Team 2. Thank you to the volunteers who made this event possible. We couldn't do it without you. This year, our event focused on poultry, small birds, and rabbits. Rotations and practicums involved PPE, clinicals for venipuncture, and a team activity focused on avian influenza. Our bronze team is the Matsu Career Tech Team 1 FFA chapter. Our silver winner is the Matsu Career Tech Team 2 FFA chapter. Our gold winning team is the Palmer Team 1 FFA chapter. Congratulations to all the veterinary science competitors.
Talent shows were all the rage back in the 2010s. Starting the decade off, we had American Idol, a top show that drew talent from all over the nation. They were the ticket to Hollywood that many dreamed of, an opportunity that many have tried and few succeeded. We have many contestants here today who have taken that very same step here in FFA. Talent competitors performed their talents in front of a live audience. These competitors came here this week to show us and the world their gifts. Our 2026 winning talent competitor is Tilden Zimmern from the Palmer FFA chapter. We would like to sincerely thank our judges and volunteers for your time and dedication in making this event possible, for members to show the world their talents. We will see our gold winner perform again following Morgan's retiring address.
Since 2010, we've seen a lot of change. Trends came and went, apps were downloaded and deleted, styles evolved, but one thing has stayed the same. Behind every leader is someone who helped them become one. Before the events, before the titles, before the stage lights, there were parents who drove the long miles, advisors who stayed the late nights, and mentors who believed in us long before we believed in ourselves. Tonight, we want to pause the trends and recognize the people who made this journey possible. Let's turn our attention to the screen as we recognize our parents and advisors.
Mom and Dad, thank you for being such supportive advisors in my long FFA journey. Mom, you have been the knowledge book behind every team competition I have ever competed in. Your ability to take any competition that the chapter wants to compete in and coach us in it on the turn of a dime amazes me every time. Dad, I always appreciate every talk we have and the late nights spent throughout the years of working on applications and manuscripts. You are the reason I have taken so many opportunities, and I'm grateful for that each and every day. So thank you both for the constant knowledge and advice you pour into my life.
Armstrong, thank you for reviving a chapter that many thought had no potential for survival and simultaneously giving hundreds of kids over many years a reason to come to school. Your mentorship has inspired me to be a better leader and an even safer driver. Bogardus, you cultivated an environment at North Pole High School that helped me discover my passion for agricultural advocacy. I will never forget how you always gave me an ear to speak to, an outlet to be heard during a time of great change.
Katie, thank you for always pushing me to grow as both a leader and a person.
You've been there for me not only as an advisor and a mentor, but as one of my best friends. You will always be one of my biggest inspirations, and I wouldn't be where I am today without you.
Mrs. Reimers, thank you for staying with me and encouraging me. From the start of the pandemic to officer elections, you have supported me and my family and pushed me to achieve more than I ever thought possible in this organization. First to compete, then to run for office. Without you, I would have never gotten the opportunity to become the man I am today.
Mrs. Clow, you forever and always will be the foundation and beginning of my FFA journey. Because of you, so many have found a place to grow, lead, and belong. Thank you for encouraging me to join and for always pushing me to be a better version of myself. Your dedication, patience, and constant support have shaped not only our chapter, but my life. You don't just teach agriculture, you build confidence, character, and future leaders. My love for FFA and everything it has given me is because of you. I am endlessly grateful for the impact you've had on me and on everyone you've served. Hernser, thank you for walking beside me through some of the most important moments of my FFA journey. When I doubted myself and wasn't sure I was capable of more, you never gave up on me. You listened, encouraged, and believed in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. From guiding me through the state officer application to cheering me on every step of the way, you were always there. You have been my supporter, my motivator, and sometimes my much-needed reality check. Your faith in me helped shape my confidence and leadership. For that, I will be forever grateful. McFetridge, thank you for always bringing laughter, stories, and light into everything you do. You have a gift for making people feel comfortable, supported, and valued, often through a joke or one of your unforgettable stories. On hard days, you reminded me to smile. On busy days, you reminded me why this all matters. Your humor, kindness, and genuine care has made this journey so much more meaningful. You taught me that leadership can be joyful and that relationships matter just as much as achievements. Thank you for being my comedian, storyteller, and incredible mentor. Together, the three of you didn't just guide my FFA journey, you helped shape the person and leader I am today, and that is something I will carry with me for the rest of my life.
Ms. Henderson, I can't thank you enough for your role in my life as a FFA advisor, but also as a mentor that I needed. You have been able to push so many people to be better versions of themselves. That is the greatest strength you've given not only to me, but to the entire Palmer FFA chapter. Thank you for helping me and my first chapter officer team revive the Palmer FFA chapter and making the best memories in my life.
If you are an FFA advisor in the audience, please stand. Alaska FFA, join us in thanking all of the advisors for their hard work and dedication.
Mom, thank you always for being there to hear my long-winded debriefs of my day and staying up on nights I work late to see me. It means the world to me each time. Thank you for being such a supporter to all the wild ideas I have to put into my already full schedule, but always shed wisdom when I truly need it. Dad, thank you for being the person to push me to do so much with my life and what I am passionate about. Thank you for being the reason I was able to join FFA and get to do so much. I am beyond grateful to get to call myself your daughter. I wouldn't be the person I am today without both of your influences on my life.
Padre, thank you for driving my passion for leadership and civil servitude. Without you pushing me to memorize the Bill of Rights long ago, I would have never developed the knack for memorization, and always reminding me to stay humble when my head would swell too much. Mom, thank you for always supporting me to try new things, which eventually led to this very moment, and always lending an ear when I need a rant or a dollar for an Arnold Palmer.
Mom, thank you for always believing in me, pushing me to grow, and to think beyond myself and help others. Always telling me to take the next leap, to go on to the next adventure, and being available for a phone call, whether I'm crying or I'm just excited about my coffee. Your independence is a true inspiration to me. I wouldn't be who I am today without your support. Kevin, thank you for choosing to be a father figure in my life this past year. Always ready to hear about my day when I get home, calling and checking in on trips, and reminding me to pack 4 whole days before a trip. Your empathy, thoughtfulness, and ability of understanding has truly inspired me this past year. I look forward to the memories and experiences made in the future. Love, Morgan.
Mom, thank you for everything. You've taught me everything I know and continue to push me to learn more. You taught me how to be kind and caring and inspired me to strive for more. You've been my emotional lighthouse in the swirling sea that is life, and I hope I can grow into the man you wish me to be. Dad, you have been my biggest role model. Being able to spend more time with you through work has been the highlight of my teenage years. The sacrifices you make every day to provide for our family never go unnoticed. One day, I pray I can make it all back to you. You truly are my biggest superhero. I love you both dearly and completely.
Mom, thank you for being my constant encouragement through every high and low of this journey. You've believed in me on days I struggled to believe in myself, and your support has carried me farther than you can ever know. I am so thankful for your love, your strength, and the constant cheering me on. Dad, long before I ever stepped into a leadership role, you were setting the example I now try to follow. Your wisdom has grounded me, guided my decisions, and shaped the leader I am becoming. I'm so thankful for your steady perspective and the way you always remind me who I am.
Dad, thank you for your wisdom in most areas of life that have applied to me through the classroom, out in the community, and home. Mom, thank you for answering all the questions that I've had regarding my baking endeavors, no matter how small or ridiculous I sound when saying it. Thank you both for answering my questions on how schools operate both in and outside of the powerhouse I know as Palmer.
Alaska FFA, join us in congratulating our parents as they are awarded their honorary state FFA degree.
Will all of our parents in the audience please stand? Alaska FFA, join us in thanking all of our amazing parents. Now, visiting officers, would you please join me on stage? Parker, Caitlin, Jasmine, Alex, and T-Wayne. Thank you for bringing joy to our members this week and putting intentional effort into all you did. Please accept these gifts as token of our state's appreciation for your service this week, along with the memories with Alaska FFA.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
When asking for volunteers, it can sometimes feel a little like that. But not for the volunteers we have here today. While we get to compete, attend workshops, and enjoy all of our activities, our volunteers are working behind the scenes day and night to make sure we have the best possible experience at this convention. So instead of asking, why are you running? Tonight, we're celebrating the people who ran towards the opportunity. Please join me in giving a huge round of applause to people who make this week possible.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage Billing Carlson and Katie Matthews.
She said, whatever we do, don't forget to do something. I can't remember what it was.
It doesn't matter now.
Oh,
Too
yeah,
late.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, sorry. Sorry, Morgan. Okay, so I'm Morgan's mom. She's your retiring state secretary. And like most moms, I could stand up here and tell you how awesome she is, but tonight I brought backup.
Anyway, I'm Katie. I've known Morgan for many, many years, had the privilege of hanging out with her at 4-H, FFA, and tons of real life in between.
So between the two of us, we've seen Morgan at home, in the barn, in meetings, out in the world making things happen, underneath her couch crying, playing Sims. Well, I probably shouldn't go on. Okay, go ahead.
You know, our girl Morgan, she has that kind of personality. You know she could organize a herd of cats.
Yeah, I was watching her do that up on stage. It's pretty crazy. Seriously, when she was first born, like the nurses picked her up and put her on my chest, and I'm not kidding, she did a full push-up and looked around. And the nurses were like, whoa, that's different.
So back in the day, Morgan was the one who first introduced me to ChatGPT, way before the rest of us had caught on. Maybe you've noticed she's kind of into it. Between her and all my new robot friends, I don't really need a personal assistant anymore. No.
So Morgan started managing my household before she could even speak. If we were low on macaroni and cheese, she would grab me by the hand and haul me to the pantry and then point where the macaroni and cheese was supposed to be and like look at me with expectations.
This is the best. Okay, so Morgan bought me a hairbrush and she showed me how to use it. Obviously, it didn't work. Sorry, Morgan.
She has expectations. We don't always live up to them. Sometimes she was a little fuss budget. She screamed from the time she was born till she was about 6 months old. She cried the first day I dropped her off to preschool, and then she cried when I picked her up on the last day. I had picked her up back and forth between that times, just so everybody knows.
As you guys know, sometimes it takes a while for her to get her motor running, but once she has our systems figured out, she'll have you organized within an inch of your life.
Yeah, so if she gets to call the shots, then she's pretty happy with things. So like when she was little, she refused to pick out any of the clothes that I had gotten her to pick out to wear. One day she showed up in school with a pair of pink shorts, some oversized sunglasses, and a giant sun hat, and she looked so fabulous.
The thing with Morgan is you really have to trust the plan. She always has a plan. She always has a backup plan. She always has a backup plan to the backup plan, and then she always has go bags packed for everyone.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, she manages our family calendar. She books appointments for herself, for me, for her brother, whether we need them or not. One day, I opened up my work schedule, my work calendar, and I saw that I had 4 back-to-back appointments with her. And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, well, Mom, you're taking me to get my driver's license that day. I was like, oh, right.
Geez, Mom. All I really have to say about that is if you don't know her, she can come off a little bit intimidating.
It's true. I'm her mother, and I am intimidated.
But give her about 5 minutes, and she becomes your best friend.
Also true. I think it's her courage. We were talking about that before. It's her courage. She might be afraid of something, but she never lets her fear be her final answer. She used to be afraid of our pony, but she'd spend hours and hours in the pasture singing and dancing beside her. She avoided our little four-wheeler, her little four-wheeler, for years, and then she decided that her brother needed to learn, so then she had to learn so she could teach him.
Morgan is the kind of person that everyone wants to talk to because you'll find out right away that she's one who truly listens.
Yeah, she does. It's her gift. She listens, she pays attention, she understands people, and she builds bridges across spaces that most of us don't know how to cross.
And when something needs to get done, you can bet your bottom dollar she's already got it halfway done.
Very true. When her state officer team was needing some funding, she didn't wait. She remembered that there was a VFW meeting that night, so she put her hair up and stuck her jacket on and went marching out the door and came back home with a big fat check. And that's just how she rolls.
That's just how she handles things.
Let's see, she's jumped feet first into every leadership role she could find. She's been in Educators Rising, she's state president, FFA, 4-H. She had a teacher one time, foolish woman, tell her that she couldn't do everything. It wasn't me. oh my gosh, no, it's not. So Morgan calls me up crying, saying, oh, she told me I couldn't do everything. And I was like, sweetie, you can do whatever you want because, I'm intimidated. And she did.
And so this is a kid who does everything, including jumping right into politics.
True, she didn't want to have anything to do with it when she was a kid, but now she watches Gavel to Gavel like it's like Bridgerton. It's hilarious. And she's headed to London to study international relations in the fall. Very proud.
Proud of our girl, Morgan.
Who walks into a room, chin up, study like she belongs there.
Because she knows that she does. She belongs wherever she chooses to show up.
And now we welcome the girl herself, Morgan. Don't make me sing. I will do it.
She will.
I will. Don't cry for me, Morgan. Okay, we gotta go, and I have to remember to put this here, and that's it.
I was at the 2025 National FFA Convention, sitting in a completely empty Lucas Oil Stadium, waiting for the 5th general session to start. I was tasked with saving 42 ground seats for the Alaska FFA members. I was on my way to do that when my phone started buzzing. Now, as I looked at my phone, I saw my Aunt Cheryl and I together on it. I typically wouldn't answer because my Aunt Cheryl is a total chatterbox. And I know she likes to talk for a hot second. And again, I had to save 42 ground seats, or 2.5 whole rows, and it was an ordeal just to get one for my own butt. But I picked up the phone. Hey, Aunt Cheryl, what's up? Hey, Morgan, what are you doing right now? My Aunt Cheryl doesn't really know what FFA is. I am at a convention in Indianapolis. Oh, that's so cool. Are you somewhere you can sit down? Why does she need me to sit down? Yeah, I'm sitting. Okay, so I told the rest of the family not to tell you until I knew more. But I'm telling you now. I was diagnosed with skin cancer. Instantly, my stomach dropped. My great-grandmother and stepdad had both died of skin cancer in the past 8 years. This cannot happen to my Aunt Cheryl again. This cannot happen again. This cannot happen to her, I told myself. Morgan, are you still there? Yeah. I managed to get out a barely audible whisper. How bad is it? The doctors say I should be okay. Now, you've got things to do and places to be, now don't you? I started to realize midway through the phone call that there was still cleaning in the stadium. An Alaska Association was plastered onto my back. I couldn't fail my association by having them see me and having them starting to wonder why this random girl is crying alone in the stands, a state officer let alone. So I jumped up, I turned my back, still on the phone with Aunt Cheryl. Morgan, please don't cry. Because if you cry, then I'll cry. And we just can't have that. Now, you have places to be, people to see, and things to do. Now, don't you? I was spiraling. I could barely hear Aunt Cheryl. Memories of everyone, of my family members dying around me vividly went through my mind. We ended the phone call right as people were flooding into the stadium, and I was reminded that I still had 42 seats to save until everyone got there. I had to be good for the job, I told myself. I couldn't be anything less than my idea of perfection. So, I sat up straight, fixed my official dress, tried to save my mascara, unsuccessfully, and plastered a smile onto my face. Fake it till you make it, Morgan. That's what you gotta do. Fake it till you make it. I told myself that. I didn't tell anyone what had happened during that phone call. Not then. Not for a few days. One night, I was in the hotel lobby that all the state officers stay at the National Convention. It was Halloween. Everyone was dressed up in their costumes, taking photos, and the joy of seeing your friends in the past months radiated throughout the room. And I was in the corner trying to distract myself from what had happened during that phone call. When I wasn't functioning at high speed during the convention, my mind went directly back to what Aunt Cheryl had told me. So, I kept myself distracted, kept myself functioning at high speed. As I'm checking my email, Edwina Chen from Delaware came up to me. Morgan, how are you? How's your convention going? Instantly, I felt the tears coming. Edwina and I had met at Summit. We bonded over the fact that we were both just bubbly, joyful people. And she was picking up on me that there was something wrong. State officers were all consumed in their own conversations. No one was paying attention to what was going on between Edwina and I. But I thought if they saw me not being able to control my own emotions, I was failing my own association. What would they say? What would they do? As Edwina stared at me, thoughts pacing through my mind, she started to worry. I could see it going across her face, and that didn't do it. And that just made me cry more. Tears were flooding down my face. I was spiraling. My Aunt Cheryl was diagnosed with skin cancer. I told Edwina. Edwina looked at me. As she saw me starting to break down and trying to hide it, all she said was, "Okay, let's go upstairs." We made our way up the escalators, past everyone swing dancing, and we found a place upstairs, out of the way. And I completely lost it. I spiraled. I told her everything that had happened, all the things, all the negatives that had gone through my head in my life that past few days. And she just listened for over an hour. No judgment, just listening. And at that moment, I didn't feel like I was failing my job. I didn't feel like I had to be perfect. After that hour, maybe a little bit, maybe like 2 more hours, had gone by of us both venting, I was cracking jokes, even laughing. And an elephant, it felt like an elephant had gotten up off my chest. I could breathe again. My throat stopped hurting. I could hear for the first time in 2 whole days. I had finally told someone. So, when the humor came back into the conversation, we both decided that we would join the rest of the state officers downstairs, and we spent the rest of the night swing dancing and laughing with a community who reminded me that I wasn't going to be judged for everything that I did. That night made me confront something. I am deeply afraid of failing. Maybe sometimes in places like this, belonging can start to feel tied to performance. By winning, by competing, by being the member everyone knows, by being the funniest. And none of those things are bad, but when belonging starts to feel tied to performance, it gets hard. Every slip up feels dangerous. Every mistake might feel like it cost you something. And I was reminded that maybe being perfect wasn't what made me feel secure. Maybe it was being known. Being known. When someone like Braden makes you laugh during state officer elections because he knows you're stressed. When someone like Hannah encourages you to try something new, even if you might not be good at it. When someone like Katie takes you to go get a smoothie after you just bombed a competition. And when someone like Phoebe can tell something is wrong just by looking at you. When someone chooses you, not because you've won the most, you've achieved, you're the funniest, you're the loudest, but because you're you. To be loved is to be known, not just for our highest highs or for our lowest lows, because to be loved is to be known, and to be known is to be loved.
I'll be loving you. No matter where I roam, I'll be loving you. You're at the end of every road when the stars are out at night, when the sky is crystal blue. I'll do the only thing I know to do. I'll be loving you.
Morgan, your positive attitude and bubbly personality can only be matched by your passion for people. Just yesterday, after our 3rd general session, instead of taking time to reset, you walked straight through the lobby to go and talk to more members. And that positive attitude, I don't know how you do it all the time. It never seems to get old. And because of that positivity, this team has become better people. And we'll forever be grateful for that. Alaska FFA, your 2025-2026 State Secretary, Morgan Carlson Kelly.
I'll be loving you. No matter where I roam, I'll be loving you. You're at the end of every road when the stars are out at night, when the sky is crystal blue. I'll do the only thing I
singing A Potion for Love by Aurora.
Thank you, Tilden Zimmern, for your amazing performance. Over this session, we have seen many people receive and give awards and heard some amazing speeches tonight. Behind all of the competitions and workshops that we have all participated in this week, there have been a small number of members who have been working tirelessly. These are our state officer candidates and our NOMCOM committee. The nominating committee consists of 9 members who are selected through an application process. Their job is to interview, score, and determine the next year's state officer team. Would the nominating committee members stand for recognition? Please help me in welcoming the nominating committee chairman, Leah Leopold, to the stage.
We, the nominating committee, have given careful and deliberate consideration to the applicants running for state office. The committee nominates and the following slate of candidates to the delegates of the 50th Annual Alaska FFA State Convention to serve as the state FFA officers for the year of 2026 to 2027. We're having technical difficulties. Your state reporter from the Matsu Career Tech chapter, Braxton Clark. Your state treasurer from the Palmer chapter, Layla Harrison. Your state secretary from the Palmer chapter, Isabella Pratt. Your state vice president from the Matsu Career Tech chapter, Faith Stewart. And finally, your state president from the North Pole chapter, Liam Wade. Madam President, I move that the nominating committee report be accepted as read.
There is an implied second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes. Alaska FFA, your 2026-2027 State FFA Officer Team. Thank you, Aaliyah, and congratulations to our newly elected officers. We'll welcome them back to the stage shortly after they've had a moment to celebrate and catch their breath. Please direct your attention to the screen for the convention wrap-up.
Drink you spilled all over me. Lovers spit left on repeat. My mom and dad let me stay home. It drives you crazy getting old. We can talk it so good, we can make it so divine. We can talk it good, how you wish it would be all the time. The drink you spill all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. Mom and dad let me stay home, it drives you crazy getting home. The drink you spill all over me, lovers spit left on repeat. Mom and dad let me stay home, it drives you crazy getting home. This dream isn't feeling sweet. We're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. It feels so scary getting old. We can talk it so good, we can make it so divine. We can talk it good, how you wish it would be all the time. This dream isn't feeling sweet, we're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. Feels so scary getting old. This dream isn't feeling sweet, we're reeling through the midnight streets, and I've never felt more alone. Feels so scary getting old. thinking about what I would do. Then I'll be running right to you. It's true. I'll be right where you are until the mountains break apart. Slow dancing while the sun goes dark. I'll still be holding you. I'll still be there when the sky erupts. Under the ash, it's only us. Laying there as we turn to dust. I'll still be holding you. I'll still be holding you. I'll rock you while you fall asleep. Yeah, we won't even feel the burning heat. It's over, that's alright with me. At least I'll go out with the perfect view. Cause I'll be running right to you. It's true. I'll be right where you are until the mountains break apart. Slow dancing while the sun goes dark. I'll still be holding you. I'll still be there when the sky erupts. Under the ash, it's only us. Laying there as we turn to dust. I'll still be holding you. 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 I'll be right where you are until the mountains break apart. Slow dancing while the sun goes dark. I'll still be holding you. I'll be right where you are until the mountains break apart. Slow dancing while the sun goes dark. I'll still be holding you. I'll still be there when the sky erupts. Under the ash, it's only us. Laying there as we turn to dust. I'll still be holding you. 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 I'll be right where you are. I'll still be there when the sky erupts. Under the ash, it's only us. Laying there as we turn to dust. I'll still be holding you. I'll still be holding you.
Watching that recap, it's kind of incredible how much can happen in just a few days. Seeing all those moments back to back really puts it into perspective, everything we've experienced, everything we were a part of, and how quickly it all came together. From the very beginning on Tuesday, walking in not quite knowing what the week would hold, to now sitting here at the end of it, it's been full. In between, we filled our time with service, competitions, workshops, interviews, and a lot of growth. But what stood out in that video, and what will probably stay with us longest, aren't just the scheduled events, it's the moments in between. The conversations, the laughter, the people we kept running into over and over again. Maybe it was your first time competing, your first convention, or even just a moment where something clicked, and you realized you belonged here. Because this week was never just about what we were doing, it was about who we were doing it with. The people who supported us, encouraged us, and made every part of this experience more meaningful. And seeing it all come together like that, it reminds us that this is what we don't want to forget. not just the results or the recognition, but how it felt to be here. So as we wrap up this convention, I encourage each of you to take something with you, a memory, a lesson, a connection that meant something to you. Because Forget Me Not isn't just a theme. It's a reminder to hold on to the moments that shaped us this week, the people who stood behind us, and the growth we experienced along the way. Thank you, Alaska FFA, for being here. Liam, as president-elect, you have been tasked with the responsibility of guiding our association. You are therefore responsible for guiding us through all worthy undertakings. May you work through your year seriously and faithfully to complete your responsibilities.
Thank you for your year of service, Emily. Faith. As Vice President-elect, the record of your accomplishments indicates that you have those qualities of leadership that we should all possess. You are to assist the President in directing the work of our organization, preside over meetings in their absence, and keep all committee meetings running effectively.
Liam, thank you for your wonderful year of service with us.
Time like in.
Bella, you are Secretary-elect. You have been chosen to keep accurate record of meetings and carry on the correspondence of our association. You will provide the association with order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You will hold a list of members, record of degrees awarded, and hold custody of our Constitution and bylaws.
Thank you for your year of service.
Layla, as treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements and to provide regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to develop the association budget and practice safe financial practices. Here you go.
Thank you for your year of service.
Of course. My pleasure.
Braxton, as reporter-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the news media, including state and national publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles regarding the FFA and its members and be responsible for compiling our history.
Thank you, Faith, for your year of service.
Jacob, thank you for your year of service.
It is an absolute honor to serve in the FFA. Throughout your year, you may encounter difficulty, but through hard work, patience, and cooperation, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. Do you accept your responsibilities? If so, answer, we do.
We do.
I now declare each of you duly and properly installed into your offices. Alaska FFA, your 2026-2027 State Officer Team.
Maybe you're feeling shaky, maybe you're feeling anxious. You're fighting against the current in a sink or swim. Maybe you're feeling nothing, maybe you're really struggling. You're trying to find a meaning in the meaningless. Take your time, take a breath, let yourself be a mess. Dance to the beat in your chest. When your dreams feel too big and the stars seem too high, when it's easy to quit but it's too hard to try, I've been where you are, so baby you know where I'll be, wherever you reach for me. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. You could be on a mountain, everyone singing praises. That's when it hits the hardest, it's the long way down. When you hit rock bottom, oh what a beautiful problem, that you get another turn on this merry-go-round. Take your time, take a breath, let yourself be a mess. Dance to the beat in your chest. When your dreams feel too big and the stars seem too high, when it's easy to quit but it's too hard to try, I've been where you are, so baby you know where I'll be, wherever you reach for me. Go find your vibe, then find your way home, and when you get lost you're never alone. I've been where you are, so baby you know where I'll be, wherever you reach for me.
Madam Secretary, do a record of any further business which should now be transacted.
I have the following announcements. After this session, we will need to be out of the theater by 10. Anyone who is willing to help us clean up, we would greatly appreciate it.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which would properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this, the 5th general session of the 50th annual Alaska FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. You can stay standing. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this, the 50th Annual Alaska FFA State Convention adjourned.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving, they just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, for service and devotion, you would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. Want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. They let you dream just to watch him shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away. On the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in and the tide's gonna turn and it's all